Hello and welcome back, my law lovers, to another episode of Lawyer Up's Celeb Legal Talk. I'm your host, Cami Lynn, and here on this channel, we dive into the juiciest legal dramas. So today, guys, we got an eye-opening revelation from the famous Diddy Combs and his infamous 1999 Club New York shooting involving none other than Diddy and Shine. And no one really talks about this, but also Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez, that's right. She's also involved. So I want you to buckle up, folks, because Natalia Rubin, she's a victim from the fatal night. So let's take a listen and hear what Natalia has to say about that 1999 shooting with Diddy and Shine. And I'm going to say it again, Jennifer Lopez, because she was also involved.
Hey, how you doing? Here today about this latest lawsuit with the P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever you want to call him, lawsuit that has come out involving the producer Little Rod. So basically his last two lawsuits, or last two major lawsuits, the one with Cassie, she made mention that made her carry his guns into nightclubs and wherever they went. And he threatened her to make her feel like she had to do so. And while there were lots of things of importance, that stood out to me, and I'm going to tell you why. In this lawsuit with the producer Little Rod, they were both SA'd by him and threatened and physically harmed. But in this lawsuit, he appears to be a very young producer to me. But he said something very specific. As a means of threatening him, Puffy said, "That's why I shot up the club in New York back in 1999 and let Shine take the fall for it." Let me tell you why that's of utmost importance to me. Because I am the woman who he shot in the face in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York shooting. I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery to take the bullet. I got shot in my face with a 9mm hollow point bullet called a cop killer. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got Pow Pow'd in the face. I watched him fire the gun. I've said it all this time. Even the surgeon who did my surgery to take out part of the bullet fragments that was aspirating into my lungs and try to remove as many bullet fragments as possible, testified in the criminal trial that while they were putting me under, I was screaming, "Puffy, pew pew me in the face." He testified in the criminal trial. It is in the record. They all knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. But he paid off the club bouncer named Sharice and all these other people and the club owners with their video to hide the video. That's his MO. I told everybody that. This man almost took my life, has traumatized my life, has caused undue harm, irreparable damage to my life, lied his behind off. I've had all these youngins on the internet harassing me, swearing that I'm making it up that he did it. And look what he did to Little Rod. He threatened him. "Oh, you don't think I bust my gun? I shot up the club in Club New York and let..."
All right, we're going to pause right there, guys. What she describes makes Diddy sound like he's Lucifer himself, the devil incarnated. But let's go back here. Let's take a look at the legal fallout from 1999. Okay, so flashback to the aftermath, guys. Diddy and Shine both faced charges at that time. It was both Diddy and Shine. The charge against Jennifer was dropped. Diddy was, as you heard her a second ago, he was accused of bribing his driver at the time to take ownership of the gun. But in 2001, Diddy was exonerated and cleared of all charges by the Manhattan jury. Meanwhile, Shine, on the other hand, ended up serving time, but he's been released. He's living in Belize now. He's actually a political leader. He's turned his whole life around. Surprisingly, he and Diddy have reconciled, and they've even performed together since he's been released. Who saw that coming? What she's saying is true. There is another report that I'm going to share with you. Give me 1 second. It was alleged that once Shine was released from prison, he received a payout, and it looks like it was from LA Reid for $1 million. Now, again, it was alleged that was for payment for serving the time, but I'm just going to say that's not enough money. If what they're alleging is true in terms of paying him $1 million for some record deal that was never really intended to be a record deal, which was really a payout for him serving the time, taking the blame, taking the rap for Diddy, that's not enough money for the time he served. So I don't know if that's true, but I want you guys to hear this because this is what's being alleged. Okay, guys, let's listen to what Mark Curry had to say about Shine and Diddy. Okay, so just a little bit of recap. Mark Curry is a former bad boy artist who used to work for Diddy. He was signed to the label back in its heyday, and he kind of has some insight on just how Diddy was running his company, some of the shenanigans that were going on. And this is his theory. Again, it's all alleged. We don't know if this is true or not. And this is not even a filing, but this is what he's alleging occurred once Shine was released. Let's take a listen to this because it is interesting. It's kind of thought-provoking, but we don't know if it's true or not, okay? In terms of the intent of the payment. So let's just have a listen here.
I remember when Shine came home from jail. They released Shine, right? And then they deported him to Belize, said he couldn't come back to the United States. So he goes back to Belize. And do you remember when Def Jam signed him to a record deal? They gave him what, $8 million? How much?
LA Reid gave him
$1 million to put out an album, and the album never came out. I knew that when LA Reid went to give him that $1 million, that was Puff giving him the money, but he had to give it through LA Reid. They never intended on giving him an album. If they would have gave him $1 million for an album, wouldn't we have heard the album?
Okay, so what you're saying is this is Puffy's way of paying Shine off for taking the rap for him.
You're very smart, yeah. But then that's typical, you know. You always have other people paying other people for things that people need them to pay for. That was just one. I remember.
All right, guys. So you heard it from Mark Curry himself. He is alleging that the payment that came from LA Reid was really just a payoff, satisfy Shine for taking that rap for Diddy. And who knows, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. We'll see. The new lawsuit that's out, Lil Rod versus Diddy and a host of others, his son, the record companies CEOs. I mean, it's a litany of defendants here. But in that filing, in that complaint, there is a section in there that talks about Lil Rod is alleging that Diddy revealed that he pays people off and he actually shot the victim in the 99 shooting. Let's take a look at that and let me know what you think about this 1999 shooting and why is no one talking to Jennifer Lopez? Why is no one interviewing her? Why is no one getting a statement from her? Well, I'm going to pull up some receipts on that. So let's just take a look, guys. Let's have a look. So this is actually from MTV. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a very old article that was released December 27th, 1999. And it says Puff Daddy, because that's what he was going by at the time. So Puff Daddy arrested on weapons charge after the nightclub shooting. And of course, similar count against singer actress Jennifer Lopez dropped. Okay, let's see what this says. It says rapper Sean Puffy Combs was arrested on a weapons charge Monday afternoon, December 27th, after being questioned about a triple shooting at a Manhattan nightclub in the morning, police said. Singer actress Jennifer Lopez, who was with Combs, she was with Diddy, also was charged, but the count was dropped within an hour when the Manhattan DA decided not to prosecute her, officials said. Combs and two other people who were driving with him and Lopez in a Lincoln Navigator were stopped by police near the club shortly after the 2:30 a.m. shootings and were charged with criminal possession of a weapon and possession of stolen property, according to the officer Joseph Cavatillo, who is the police spokesperson. Cavatillo said officers found a stolen gun in the vehicle, making all the occupants subject to the charge. Okay. Anybody in the car, they're all catching the same charge. No one has been charged with the actual shootings, but the Associated Press quoted police sources as saying eyewitnesses told them that Combs was a gunman in the incident. This was back in 99, guys. This is what was being reported to the Associated Press. They said the eyewitnesses told them that it was Diddy, it was Combs. Sean Combs was a gunman in the incident. Lawyers, sorry here, guys. Lawyers for Combs and Lopez could not be reached for a comment. Reuters quoted Combs' publicist Dan Cloris as saying Combs and Lopez were victims of circumstances who had been in a life-threatening situation when they were stopped by police. Police arrested Jamal Barrow, 19. This is outside the club and charged him with criminal possession of a 9mm handgun. Now, according to Officer David Lanudo, another police spokesperson, the AP identified Barrow as the rapper Shine, who at that time was signed to Combs' label Bad Boy Entertainment. Now, 3 people were hit, not just one, guys, 3. 3 people were hit in the incident at the Club New York on West 43rd Street. Again, Natanya Rubin, who we just heard from a second ago, she was 29 at the time. She was the most seriously hurt, according to police. She was shot in the face and was in stable condition at St. Vincent's Hospital in Manhattan. Now, the other 2 victims, Robert Thompson, who's 39, and Julius Jones, who was 27 at the time, were also hit in the shoulder. Jones was in stable condition at St. Vincent's. Thompson refused medical treatment, so I guess he was all right. Combs and Lopez, who police said are each, at the time, they were both 30 years old, spent the morning being questioned by detectives at 2 Manhattan precincts, as did the 2 people they were driving with, 41-year-old Anthony Jones and 34-year-old Wardell Fenderson. Now, Cavatillo said police were trying to determine a motive. They're trying to figure out like what was the driving force behind this incident, this shooting. Combs and Lopez were attending a Sunday night party at Club New York, along with other celebrities, including several professional athletes, according to Eric Funk, who was the club manager at the time. Now, he said he could not name the athletes. Everyone here was having a good time, Funk said. There was a scuffle at the end of the evening by the bar. Shots were pow fired. In September, Combs pleaded guilty to aggravated harassment in a case in which he had been charged with attacking record executive Steve Stout with a chair, telephone, and a champagne bottle. I forgot about that. Puffy does come for people. That was in April of back in, is that 99? I guess that would have been 99 as well, because that was September of 99. And this incident with the chair with Steve Stout actually occurred in April of 99. Okay, so let's keep going. Combs was ordered to attend a 1-day anger management counseling program. Imagine that. You assault someone, you batter someone, you attack them with a chair, a telephone, champagne bottles, and all you get is a 1-day anger management counseling program. Let's keep going, guys. It says Combs has said he was angry at Stout, who was a consultant to rapper Nas at the time, over the video for Nas Hate Me Now, in which Combs, he actually appeared in the video. In the initial version of the video, Combs was shown hanging from a cross. I guess it was too sacrilegious for him. Combs, who gained fame for his production work with the late rapper, the Notorious B.I.G., became a star in his own. They're just giving a little background. We all know who he is. Yeah, he's huge. Everybody knows him. Take that, take that, take that. So I just wanted to show that Jennifer was involved. Shortly after this incident, guys, she quickly cut ties with Diddy. There was no more Diddy and Jennifer, and at the time, they were really kind of hot and heavy. But after this incident, Jennifer cut off all ties with Diddy. We're going to cover the Little Rod versus Diddy Combs in another video, and we're going to talk about what was stated, the allegation that was stated in that filing on another video. So we'll talk about that next. So you just have to watch the next video, okay? But just to keep going, again, what a roller coaster this has been. This Club New York shooting, the saga, I mean, has come back 20 years later, it's continuing to unfold. Natalia Rubin, the allegations she's making now, it does have us all questioning what really went down. How did New York's finest NYPD miss this? Especially when even MTV was reporting that eyewitnesses were saying that it was Diddy who fired shots and he was the gunman. So again, we're going to be following what happens in terms of the allegations that are being resurfaced now, 20 years later. And we'll see what sort of comes out of all of this. This is just an ongoing saga, and everything that's in the dark has just been sort of unlifted. So again, stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the like button. We want you to subscribe. We want you to ring that notification bell to stay updated on the latest legal bombshells that we're bringing to you. So until next time, this is Lawyer Up, Legal Celeb Talk, and we are signing off, guys. All right. We'll talk to you soon.